think we can say that Donald Trump has lost the political battle when it comes to what has happened out in Los Angeles. Donald Trump's net approval rating on the Los Angeles protest. Look at this. Overall, way underwater at minus 15 points. How about among independents or those who don't identify with either major party? Way even lower. Look at that, minus 24 points on the net approval rating. And of course, this is happening on what should be one of Donald Trump's, in fact, the best issue for Donald Trump, immigration. And yet, when it comes to these Los Angeles protests, 15 points underwater overall and 24 points underwater among independents. No good.
What is the broader view of how Trump is acting and what he's doing when it comes to these arrests of immigrants?
Right. So, you see these numbers with concern to the Los Angeles protests, but let's widen it out a little bit. And I think this sort of paints a picture for you in understanding why Donald Trump's net approval rating on the Los Angeles protests are as low as they are. Take a look. Trump and immigrant arrests. He's gone too far. That's the winner here, 49%. Not too far, only 40%. So you got a 9-point lead here. And again, among those independents or other category, you see 51% of them say Trump's gone too far. And what's so important to note is that this poll was taken after the Los Angeles protests started. So this takes into account everything that's gone on in Los Angeles. At this particular point, if the protesters' idea was to focus the attention on Donald Trump and bring attention to his immigration policies and bring attention to the arrests that have been occurring of immigrants, it seems to me that those protests have been successful because you see here, 49% say Trump's gone too far when it comes to the immigrant arrests compared to just 40% who say he's not gone too far. And you don't have to be a mathematical genius to know 49% is larger than 40%.
Look, Donald Trump's presidency is in the midst of failing epically. Okay. He's failing on his number one issue, immigration. He's failing on every single other issue that's possible to be polled at the moment. And it's just getting worse. And now he's getting embroiled in, wars in the Middle East, which was supposed to be something he was going to avoid. And all of a sudden that, he's like the pro-war candidate suddenly. I think it's time to start questioning Trump's mental faculties. I mean, we've been questioning Trump's mental faculties for years now. I mean, I would say for 10 years, at least on my end, but it's getting worse and worse. I don't know to the extent, to what extent he's actually in charge. His tariff policy was completely random and chaotic and destructive. He seems to be completely backing away from that. His immigration policy is completely failing. Even business leaders are coming out and telling him to stop raiding like Home Depots and hotels. He's fomenting protests in cities where he's raiding, and sending in the military for like the smallest of possible pretenses. People obviously don't like that. And he's bungling and bumbling into foreign policy disasters. Not to mention, the dollar is losing strength and bonds are no longer, or foreign countries are selling off bonds. It's just been an absolutely disastrous 6 months. I hope to God that, and we were already all forgotten about Elon Musk. Imagine that, but just been a complete catastrophe. You ask me. I mean, these numbers make perfect sense. They should be worse, actually. I don't see how anybody. I still struggle to understand my fellow Americans when it comes to some of this stuff, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think about this. What are your thoughts on the unveiling of these polls? Do you agree with them? Do you disagree? Comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. I will pretty much leave it at that. There you go. CNN, Harry Enton, keeping us up to date with Donald Trump's popularity or lack thereof.